Hey guys, welcome to the All Sports Pass Podcast North. My name is Eli. I'm your host, and welcome back to another video. And it's Winner Pick Wednesday. And of course, now last week we saw a bunch of upsets and everything, but hey, this week's going to be a bit different in my opinion. So I'm excited to start. But before we start, you already know we got to start off with the verse of the day. And today's verse comes from Matthew 19:26, and it says, "But Jesus looked at them and said, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." And before we get in this video, leave a like, subscribe for more high school football content. And also, guys, if you want to put some scores for schools that you want to see down in the description, it's only like East Tennessee only, so I'm sorry if you're watching from out of state. But hey, let's see what matchups we got this week. So without further ado, let's begin. All right, this week we got Anderson County at Science Hill, and both these teams are coming off some big wins. Of course, Anderson County won 28-25 over Powell last week, and Science Hill won 35-14 over Elizabethton last week. So, of course, both these teams are coming in here with a 1-0 start. And Science Hill beat Anderson County last year. So it's going to be interesting to see what can happen because now, of course, Science Hill winning at Anderson County, of course. And it's going to be interesting to see what can happen. But for AC, like I said last week, I really underestimated them. I really did underestimate them. I did not expect them to do as well as they did. But hey, high school football, it's like I said, anything can happen. Now, I do think, of course, heading in here, it's going to be interesting to see what does happen. But hold on, let me get the results here. Last year, Science Hill won 26-23 over AC. And now that they're hosting AC, it could, honestly, I think I'm expecting a close game because, hey, they beat Elizabethton, and Elizabethton is a powerhouse in 4A, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Now, I do think that, of course, AC is going to, of course, try to win this thing, obviously. But, however, I do think that, of course, Science Hill heading in here, it's going to be because, hey, somebody's leaving with a loss. Somebody's not going to be undefeated, but I'm going to tell you this, that Science Hill wants to make sure it's not them, AC wants to make sure it's not them, so I think it's going to be a close game. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not actually going to make a pick because I'm going to put this as a toss-up. So this is going to be a toss-up here. All right, and then the next game, we got Austin East at Carter, and both these teams are coming in here following a loss. Of course, Carter losing to Sevier County last week, and Austin East losing to William Blount last week. William Blount, sorry guys. If I say that wrong, I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I don't know why Blount's always on my mind or Blount. Sorry, but Austin East at Carter, and I really think that Austin East. That I think there's going to be some points scored in this game for both teams. Now, of course, I will say that Austin East seems to be this team seems to be a bit more hopeful that this season may go their way. Now, I'm not saying, of course, now I'm saying, can they win more and more I really do think that, this season could go in a big way for Austin East. And for Carter, of course, for both these teams, it's a non-region. But, however, somebody here is going to get their first win of the season. But, however, what I'm going to do? For all Week 2 games, here's what I'm going to say. For most Week 2 games, I'm going to say this. I think these are going to be toss-ups. So this one here is a toss-up, but of course I do think that for both these, it's going to be interesting to see. And also, guys, a little disclaimer here. If you notice I'm not really talking much about the games, it's because, it's because for some of these I'm not really, it's because for some of these it's because, you have to really get to Week 3 before you can start really making the right predictions because, you start to really see how teams play throughout the first 2 weeks. So I'm going to give this one as a toss-up here. I'm going to do that. All right, and then the next game, we got Campbell County at Fulton, and I do think this here, that for Fulton, they're coming off a 31-12 loss to Central, And Campbell County is coming off a 41-0 win to Halls. I'm sorry, 41-0 loss to Halls, excuse me. And I will say this, that I'm gonna give this one a pick. Actually, I think I'm gonna give this one to Fulton because hey, Fulton honestly, I think that if they can do everything right, they can get by Campbell County, and I think this can be the Falcons' first win of the season. Now it's gonna be depending on what can they do, like offensively and defensively, of course. But I do think that of course with Hollis County, unfortunately, guys, I was not able to. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to really find much reports on the Halls Campbell County game, so that's why I don't really have much knowledge on it. But I do think that it's going to be interesting to see what these two teams can do. But I think I'm going to give this one to Fulton. I think Fulton's just going to be able to do this one. So yeah. All right, next game we got Maryville at Central, and let me tell you this: Maryville's a tough team in 6A, and of course, last year Maryville beat Central, and let me pull up that score. It was a blowout, but I just want to see this here real quick. Hold on. Sorry, guys. It's still loading. But for Maryville, they're coming off a win over Heritage. They won 51-0. And they also, last season they beat Central by a score of 52-6. And now Maryville's coming down the Broadway, but I'm going to tell you this right here, that for this, I just think that that this can be a big test for Central's new head coach. And hey, if they can pull an upset, that'd be good. And that would also show that Central's back in business, because Central, of course, had an off year last season. But I will say that for Maryville, I think this is likely going to be a win for Maryville, but hey, it's high school football. You never know. Anything can happen, but I just think it's likely going to go to Maryville. Oh, and also, guys, if y'all notice the North and West on the thing, I'm just going to tell y'all this, that the North Channel does cover some of the West Channel teams, but only if if a West Channel team plays a North team away. Now, for the North team, if they play away at a West, if they play at a West Channel, if they play a West Channel team away, then that game's gonna be featured on the West Channel. Yeah. All right, now it's time for our game of the week, and I've tried to come up with names to this, so I'm just gonna say this: the Battle of the Quarry, because there's a quarry between Gibbs and Halls, so I'm just gonna call it that. But hey, they call it the Battle of Emory Road. But personally, I don't like that name because there's like 4 schools on Emory Road. But hey, this is a big rivalry as well. But however, before you talk about this game, let me tell you this. This segment is sponsored by PJ's Barbershop. Oh, sorry guys, sorry. Sponsored by PJ's Barbershop. And it's located at 3544 Neal Drive, Suite 101. Knoxville, Tennessee. Call Pam at 865-548-0749 to schedule an appointment, or call Jackie at 865-243-5291 to schedule an appointment. I recommend going there. They do a really great job. So yeah, thank you PJs for sponsoring. And also I want to give, and also Sierra Lynn Photography. If you want to schedule a photo session with Sierra, DM her on Instagram. Her accounts are Sierra_343 or SierraLynn.photos, and you can DM her on there and just schedule a session. And all right, this game here is going to be one that personally I may go to this game. This game is obviously well known to both communities. This is a big rivalry game for both these. Matter of fact, they're really just down the road from each other, these schools. And, Halls came out victorious last year, but however, I do think that, Gibbs has started to figure something out. Now, Halls had a great offensive line last season, but those guys graduated. Now, they do have Marcus Moore, Amari Lethgo, and so many others. Gibbs has, they got Warren Axton, they got Maddox Brackfield, who actually used to play for Halls, Brady Hughes, Levi Allison, Quest Sharp, and so many others on this team that I think can be used for this game. And I'm going to tell you this game here is going to be wild. And, for this here, I'm going to say this is a toss-up game. So I'm gonna give this. So you're gonna have to see the result on the next video. And also, guys, unfortunately, I don't have the other score slide made yet. I'm just I'm trying to figure out what schools I want to put on here. So yeah. And yeah, sorry guys, this was a short video, but it's like I said, I don't really have much teams that I'm covering this week. But hey, keep in mind that anything can happen. It's high school football, anything can happen. And with that, that's all I got for y'all tonight. If y'all like this video, leave a like, subscribe for more high school football content. And guys, keep in mind these are my predictions, and also the fact that I'm still learning a little bit, and also the fact that I'm still a little bit still trying to get back in the swing of things, if you know what I mean. But yeah, peace out, good night, and God bless.